Okay, dear Thrivers, make sure you reach out to your colleagues, tell them to get in immediately because we are about to ride on for today award ceremony. So if you have your Thrivers on your group, just send the link and tell them that, ladies, don't sleep on this. We are getting started. So 2 more minutes whilst we're waiting for them. Thank you.
Can I have my iPad, please?
Hello. Sorry, are you free? So let me drop link for WhatsApp.
Okay, so good morning once again, everybody. Welcome to today's award ceremony, and I'm super excited to have each and every one of us. So in 2 minutes, can we type in our name and where we are dialing in from? We'd like to know you, we'd like to meet you. So dial in your name and where you're chatting from or where you're connecting from. So yes, let's get that started. Let's get the chat box buzzing. Yes. I can't see us doing that yet. I can't see us doing that yet. Okay. Okay, welcome, Chioma. Super excited to have you here. Welcome. I'm sure it's not just only Chioma we have in the room. We have so many phenomenal men and women, and it's such a privilege to be your host today. So we really want to know where you're dialing in from. Good morning, Mary Jane. Happy to have you from Lagos. Yes. Okay, so once again, welcome everyone. And on behalf of Army Grace Foundation, I want to welcome you for today's award ceremony. It's been a long time coming. Welcome, Professor Osiri. Super excited to have you here. Welcome, sir. It's been a long way coming. I mean, it's been months of incubation. I'm sure that the Thrivers can literally attest to this. And I'm sure it's not just a long period of time, it's been a long, impactful session. And I'm sure you have your testimonies of certain things that have happened to you or to your business regarding maybe courses you've interacted with or your interaction with your mentors, right? So I'm sure you'll definitely have 1 or 2 things to say regarding this. So Welcome. So in a moment, I'm going to be introducing to us what Army Grace Foundation is. So Army Grace Foundation is a non-governmental organization that sees toward empowering people for a better society, right? A society is as better as the people therein. So one thing Army Grace does is to empower people. And over the years, Army Grace has had over 51 entrepreneurs training, 300 and over 300 mentees, and over 120 women being empowered. And Army Grace also has another arm, which is called iThrive Project. And that's one of the reasons why we are here. So iThrive Project is a project that is targeted at young women with innovative ideas. So what iThrive does basically is to equip them with knowledge that they need to upscale their business and also empower outstanding participants of the project with non-refundable grants and other business supports. So that is what iThrive project is. So if you're here and maybe your friend just shared the link with you and you really want to know what iThrive is, and it's usually a yearly program. So because just like I said, the overhauling impact that Army Grace seeks to have is to empower people for a better society. And that is why we have the expression of the iThrive project. So if we can have entrepreneurs be empowered, it's the ripple effect is going to have will be on the society, curbing poverty, curbing every issues that we have to deal with. And of course, when these people are being onboarded, their impact is one thing they look out for. So how are they aligning with SDG goals? So yes, and we've had amazing women in this season, in this project, who have gone through this incubation process. And today they are going to be awarded. Like, I'm super excited and looking forward to that award ceremony. Like, who is going on with the support? And the beautiful thing is that even if you're not going to be going on with a grant, I'm sure you can attest to the fact that you've been able to receive support that is not necessarily monetarily. The courses, the interaction with your mentors, and everything in between. And we're super, super excited and looking forward to you making giant strides in your industry. So I'm excited about the award already. If you're excited, if you're an iThriver and you are excited about the award, like he said, me, who is it exactly? You can just send into sort of fire emoji or your most preferred emoji, right? So send it in the chat box. And in a moment, a YouTube link has been dropped, so you can share this with your colleagues. So let them watch, and then see you win, or whoever is going to win. So let's share the link. You can just put it on your status or your social media platform. So right about now, we're going to be having our keynote address. We're going to be having our keynote address, and it's such a privilege to be calling our professor on board, who is going to be talking to us. And before I call Professor up, every encounter I've had with Professor Osiri is usually amazing. I remembered the last Grace meeting we had that I was privileged to host. He said something that has really, I think it was my watchword was Ubuntu. I am because you are. So I literally do everything with that Ubuntu reality in mind, that, we have something to serve another person. So don't just live independently, live with other people's interests in your heart. And with standing, clapping, shouting, emoji, ovation, let us welcome Professor Osiri for his keynote address. Please let us celebrate my professor. Please, let's do that. You're welcome, sir. Happy to have you here.
Thank you very much, Deborah. I appreciate that. I always appreciate your warm welcome and your enthusiasm, your positivity. that you bring to every platform. Thank you very much. I was thinking about what I will share with these talented women. And frankly speaking, I don't really have anything new because from what I have gathered, you all have been consistent. You have shown commitment to advance your projects, your enterprises, but also to create change. So what I'll do is just to nudge you forward and continue to encourage you to toe the line that you're already on. And so I would like to title my brief, very concise message as follows: turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Looking at stumbling blocks as stepping stones. You know, when we embark on a journey, there's gonna be trials and tribulations. There's gonna be things that cause us to want to drop the mantle, want to look back, want to retreat. There are going to be barriers that face us. The question is, are you going to let the barricade stop you? Or are you going to find a way to use that barricade as a stepping stone to move to the next level? Turning stumbling block into stepping stones. Let me share a story that has inspired me this year. It's actually a story from Nigeria. It's a story of a young man from the east of Nigeria who was posted to the north, to the northern part of Nigeria, for his youth service, NYSC. And this was during the height, the peak of the Boko Haram crisis. There were lots of killings in the north. And in fact, the federal government recognized this crisis and they gave the options to students. They said, look, you don't have to stay in the north where these things were happening in Borno. They gave them options that they could go home and maybe make arrangements to be posted at other locations. There might be some delay, but they had the options. But this young man already was there and decided to hang in there. And what they quickly learned, what he learned, he and his friends, was that Boko Haram was training and influencing young people in the north, young minds, teenagers, pre-teens, to pick up arms, and these teens were sent to schools, they were sent to churches, to mosques, to go and perpetrate all manner of wickedness, killing and murdering. And this didn't deter these young men. They managed to live through all that crisis. It was like living through a war-torn zone. And one fateful day, they were attacked. This young man, his name is Tochi. Tochi and two of his friends, there were three of them, they were walking back from the school where they were posted, and they were attacked by some of these young people who were who were being used by the terrorists. And one of Tochi's friends was killed. They shot, killed. And while he was still laying down there and fighting for his life, and before he took his last breath, he told Tochi and the other friend to continue the good fight, never to give up on the boys. And he told them specifically, I don't have anything against those young boys. It's not of their making that they have committed this crime. Do whatever you can to bring hope to them, which was why they came, because if you remember, the purpose of the NYSC is to promote cultural exchange amongst the different cultures of Nigeria. And Tochi took this to heart. And what Tochi did was, instead of retaliating, he and his friend, he managed to call one or two of those boys and talk to them. And those boys said, look, we understand where you're coming from, but we get our meals from this man who sent us to go kill. And it was clear that if the boys were going to change, they couldn't go back. Tochi made the commitment, this man, and said, look, you are on the wrong track. I am willing to sacrifice for you, despite the fact that you murdered my friend. And to honor my friend and his wishes, I'm willing to help you. How can I be of help? So Tochi began to support this young man with some funds. Eventually, Tochi understood that this young man came from agrarian backgrounds where they were connected to parents who had farms. And Tochi now was able to go in to help their parents by figuring out ways to move their products from the north to the east and to the west of Nigeria. But Tochi was mostly based in the east. And before you know it, Tochi began to recruit these young boys to Aba, and they started a community. It started with only about 3 of them. Today, there are over 200 young men and adult men, and sometimes women, living in that community. All came from the north. Now they live in the eastern part of Nigeria. And what they do is they help now to move products, agricultural products, from the north down to the east, where they sell at a margin. And so they're able to make ends meet, provide sustenance. And this is what Tochi has been able to achieve. And when I listen to this story, I couldn't again help but think about turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones, because this is exactly what Tochi did. He looked at the problem. Instead of throwing in the towel and giving up on himself, on the boys, on his country, he said, I see an opportunity. Instead of seeing an obstacle, he saw an opportunity within the obstacle. And what we often don't understand, or what we fail to realize, is sometimes chaos is actually good for us, because chaos comes to us so that we might build our character. Out of that chaos, Tochi's character shone through and through. He understood patience. He learned patience. He practiced patience. He practiced Ubuntu, which Deborah mentioned earlier. He practiced the idea of forgiveness. He practiced entrepreneurship. He practiced commitment, sacrifice. These are basic human values that chaos can help bring out of us. I'm sure you all are well aware that diamonds are some of the most precious metals. But diamond is not useful until it's gone through immense pressure and heat. Then it becomes this shiny, beautiful object that we admire. And so that is what I want to leave you with. As you move through your lives, don't let this be the end of your story. This should just be a stepping stone. This should just be the beginning of a new chapter. Whether you are getting an award or not, let this program be the beginning of a new chapter of your life. And remember this program as you face challenges down the road, and not to give up on yourself, and not to give up on your families, and not to give up on your community and on your own country. Remember to always turn stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Look for the opportunities within the obstacles that come your way, and build your character when you find yourself in chaos. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. I think I'm short of words, really, but thank you, Professor. And I'm trying to still find words to literally express how insightful and profound this short address is. And I think I really want to take them back the lane. And I think this word is really very, very instrumental to them. Professor, you said something. You said turning stumbling block into stepping stone, and seeing opportunities within your obstacle. And what really blew it out for me is that chaos is literally building character in us. And I think one thing I have personally learned is that sometimes opportunities are always riding a dangerous wind. And because the wind is so dangerous, it makes us sometimes lose gaze on the opportunity that is in that, seeming obstacle, because it's a dangerous wind and everybody is trying to, just hide away from it. But within every obstacle, there is an opportunity. And I remembered I said to them during their last onboarding session that, you don't have excuse. No matter what obstacle you're going through, use it as a stepping stone, because you don't want to live in regrets, because the same obstacle you will go through, or what other people would also go through, will be something they have used as a stepping stone in your own world. And they are sharing their story that, oh, I went through this in business, but I was able to, redirect the course. And that was what changed everything for me. That was the game changer. But you, on the other hand, you didn't see the better light of it, and you just withdrew because an obstacle came to you. Then you might want to live in regret when you begin to hear stories of those people as to how they used their obstacle as an opportunity, and how they use the seeming stumbling block as a stepping stone. Wow, this is so profound. Thank you so much, Professor. This was just in less than 30 minutes, and you've given us more like a mantra to live our life with, that no matter what comes at us whilst doing business, or even in our personal life, because this word you've said was, transcend beyond obstacles you can go through in business. It also is also useful and insightful at in maybe opportunity or obstacles we might go through in our personal lives. Thank you so much, Professor, and we are super excited to have listened to you today, and then be a partaker of such a well of wisdom that you have resident in you. Please, can we celebrate Professor? Can we celebrate him? Thank you so much, sir. And I can't wait to share. Personally, I'm saying it on the national TV now, because Having Grace is going to go, it's already national and it's still going to go global. I'm saying it now that I can't wait. Personally, I don't know about the Trivers. I personally am going to tell you the story of how I'm able to turn my obstacle into an opportunity. It just started in a room like this, that I had that word that literally pushed me forward to not relent, to not give up. And just like that guy did, I also did. Thank you so much, Professor. God bless you. Can we give him a round of applause, please? Okay, so why is the room silent? I hope you didn't just join in and then you're cooking rice in your kitchen. I hope you didn't do that. All right. Okay. The next thing we're going to be doing now is we want to hear from the alumni. We've had, this is the second session. This is the second project of iThrive, and we really want to hear from the alumni. What is it for them? Like, how was it? What has been their haha moment from joining, iThrive project, from when they joined to where they are currently in their business, or whatever story they would like to share with us. And right about now, I'm going to be calling Kenny Wilson to kindly share with us a story.
I have meeting.
Okay.
Can we give her a round of applause and say, welcome, Kenny. We'd like to hear your story.
All right.
Wow.
Thank you.
Okay.
But Tolu, how far our plans? Please, can you mute Adewale Tolu? Okay, she's muted.
Okay. Please unmute yourself, Kenny. I muted everybody. Please unmute yourself, Kenny. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Apologies for not turning on my camera, but please just listen to me. Permit me. So I'm very happy and excited that we are here again, 2.0. And the reason is because I know that it's been not an easy journey for the Thrivers. It wasn't easy for us either. But I'll promise you and tell you that whatever it is that you've gone through, you can scale through iThrive project. You can scale through any other grant opportunity or any other obstacle, right? When it comes to positioning your business or doing something better. And I would just like to say a few things on how iThrive project has helped me, right? So one of the major things I got was clarity. And my mentor was able to help me on how to do things bite-sized, right? So she always tells me that as an entrepreneur, it's not enough for you to have big dreams, right? And not just start it. Learn to break it and just start little by little till you build up. That's the best approach in life, right? So we might be saying that I need this 20 million to be able to achieve this on my project or whatever it is that I'm doing on my business. But I like to say that I remember one of my own, when I was doing my then iThrive, she would tell me that, Kenny, you might not have all the cameras and everything you need to do your project, but can you start writing things down? And people start reading it. That's like a smaller way to approach it, and you're still giving value. So I'll just say that I learned how to do things little by little, to build little by little, lay the foundation and grow, build up, not trying to build from the top down. So that's one thing I learned. And I know that it's been rigorous, right? And I learned how to approach things and do a lot of things at the same time, because I know that while we're doing iThrive, it's not just iThrive we're doing other things together. And I learned that you should be able to merge different things, create time deliberately for the things that you have to prioritize, how you should do. I also learned how to, and it's helping me right now, not just on my business, because I'm also a 9-to-5 person, right? So it has helped me to know how to do relationships, in terms of relationships, right? How to relate to I mean, I'll tell everybody on this call, if you had ever been a part of iThrive, please don't throw the community away, because you don't know where you will need any of the mentors. You don't know when you will need Ami Grace, like Dr. Amarachi. Just try as much as possible to be a part of this community. And I appeal to you, don't look at it as we're just starting, it's 2.0 and comparing it to it's Tony Enumelu. I'm sorry, you might be making a big mistake, because this community is one that you should really hold. See Dia Collection. She's one person that I know for my team or my group that I don't want to throw the relationship away. We might not be doing the fairs that we want to do right now, but whatever it is that you're doing, try to still check up on people and try to be in a community where you can you can see people's growth, especially because you know where they started and you can learn from them. You know where they start. I know where Dia started when we were in Army Grace together, and now she's global, right? So I think I'm beginning to talk too much, but I'm grateful and thankful for Army Grace Foundation, and I'm appealing to everyone on this call. You might not have gotten, like Professor said, you might not get the this thing, but I will tell you that all you've learned is what's more than not getting a prize. If you did not get the prize, please put everything to use. Hold on to your mentors. Army Grace doesn't use if you know the worth of the mentors on Army Grace Foundation, you will be rolling on the floor every day. Thank you, Dr. Amarachi, for this platform. Thank you, Dr. Amarachi, once again. Thank you for access. Thank you for everything you do for us, for the women. We really appreciate you and we love you. I personally love you. Deborah, you're muted.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I said, can we just say thank you to Kenny for, sharing our experience. It was so funny that she almost couldn't make it for today because, we're in Nigeria. So electricity issue and then our device is really low and then she still showed up. Thank you so much, Kenny, for this commitment. I'm really grateful personally. And Kenny said something really amazing because even though I'm your host, I'm also a thriver and also an alumni, and I'll be sharing my experience. And she said something that is one of the things I really also want to share about clarity. Like one thing Army Grace did for me, the miracle is still clarity and also validating what I do. It's not because I don't know what I do is, great, because, if you've gone through several failures and rejection, and then you're able to come into a community like Army Grace, and then it sort of validates you. And I think I've said this over and over. Of course, I was able to achieve a prize, but one thing Army Grace that I'm grateful for Army Grace for, it transcends the prize. Even if I did not get the prize, then I will still be super grateful. Like if I'm writing my memo, Army Grace will still be a part of it. Because one thing again, I think I really want to say is that the knowledge I was able to get in Army Grace really positioned me well for other opportunities. Like I still say it, I can't forget, Mr. Lai class, Dr. Napa's class, emotion doctors, and all of those things. And those things really helped me. And more like immediately I entered the class, it sort of opened up opportunities for me. When Kenny was talking, and then I was like, oh, one thing Army Grace, did for me was being part of my story of growth. Was I remembered, I was still working from my face me, I slap you apartment. I was literally maximized because I am a believer of you can always start with what you have. And then as much as I was passionate about, training people, equipping people and all that, but I didn't have the resource. And now, we've grown, we've scaled, and then we're still going to do more because this is the least we're going to become. But one thing Army Grace did for me was that growth. And Kenny said something. See, you really need to do the valuation again of the mentors. I'm sure you know the value, but you can also do the valuation again of your mentors. Dr. Amara, who happened to be my mentor, is still one of the greatest gifts. I'm super excited. Thank you so much, Doctor. I love you. So, right, sharing my story of Army Grace is just that Army Grace is, I've received a lot of grants, people just, and I appreciate every grant that I've received, but not every of the grants see towards your growth. Like they really just want to give you the money, want to give you the capital. But one thing Army Grace won't do, will not just give you the money. They will give you the knowledge that will help you maximize the money. Because really, if you don't have certain knowledge, if you don't have certain understanding, you can have the money and still not, do well with it. But when you have the knowledge, once the money is coming, you know what your priority should be, you know what you should be doing, and you know what you should not be doing. And that is the full package that Army Grace has really given to me. And then again, the gift of mentor that I can really, call and say, okay, you know, and I can just really say, doctor, okay, this is just, yes, you can have money and not do well. You know, say, doctor, okay, so I'm trying to do this for my business. What is your thought? Okay, so that's just that about that. So the next thing we are going to be doing is we really want to hear from our mentors, you know, hear from them what has been their experience for iThrive 2.0. And the first person I'm going to be calling is Mrs. Napa, right? She's going to be sharing with us our experience with our mentee or mentees and how the whole iThrive project has really been for our personality, both the good and bad. Maybe the mentee were not cooperating or whatnot. So with a clapping and standing ovation, can we celebrate Mrs. Napa as she, you know, gives us, you know, share her feedback with us. Thank you, Ma. You're welcome.
Hey everyone, good morning. And sorry, I'm not looking quite my best. Mwah. Kisses to you, Kenny, as well. And Deborah, your energy has really lifted me this morning. I started not on the best note, but you brought a lot of sunshine and light. And then, Prof, as always, your speech it made me feel like I can go and take on a giant and really invigorated me. So thank you so much, Prof. It's always a pleasure to listen to you. And first, I just want to thank Dr. Amara. Everybody is always sharing a lot of love for Dr. Amara on a personal and professional basis. So again, I want to extend my sincere appreciation for this amazing program that she has put together. So well done, Thrivers. This is a very amazing day for all of you to get through to this point. And it's been such a privilege to be part of the process. So in terms of my feedback, this is my second season being a mentor, and I have had the privilege of having two amazing mentees. Kenny and I still have a very great relationship, ongoing relationship, and Choma was my mentee for this season. So I haven't had any problems, Deborah. I don't know whether Dr. Amara did it deliberately, but I always feel I get the best people in the team or in the cohort. But again, I haven't met everybody, so please take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. One of the things that I enjoy about being a mentor in this program, strangely enough, is I learn a lot. And it's a great experience for me to be able to hear from people that are coming up in the industry, whether as an entrepreneur or 9 to 5, and hear their challenges, not only sharing my own experience, but learning from them how things are different from when I was starting out. And the second thing that's wonderful about this program is that you actually see the growth. You see when you started with the person and the end, how the person, you know, really evolves and starts applying a lot of the things. And also the things I learn and that I go and apply and learn from outside. I believe from last cohort to this cohort, the structure of the mentoring has also changed. In a more structured and programmable, the organization under the leadership, before I just go off camera, is that a relationship of a lot of trust, because for areas that we think we still need to do better. So I do believe that even though the relationship started in this program, like Kenny mentioned, it's something that you should leverage going forward. So even though you've had structured time with your mentors, my advice is still keep that relationship. Have somebody that, since you've already built the trusted relationship with, you can go back to and have discussions around. I think that's very important. And again, what Kenny has said about not leaving the community, I think is also very important. So if there are no other questions, Deborah, I think I'll hand it over back to you.
Debbie, you're on mute.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Ma. It's always a pleasure having you here. And I'm just going to reiterate what she said, that don't just discard the relationship and leverage on the community. Kenny said something that I forgot to, mention the other time, that don't just see it as, oh, let me go for bigger communities and all of those things. You will be missing out on a lot of things, because you have to be visionary. Like, you're seeing possibilities that can happen based with the community, and also the relationship you're going to be accessing within the community. So that is really, really profound. Okay, so I'm going to be calling up the thought doctor to kindly share with us a feedback from the mentorship. How was the experience? And if she has any other things had, we'll be happy to hear from her. Thought doctor, you're welcome, Mal. You have the floor, Mal.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. Good morning.
Good morning.
So it's always a pleasure to be here. And this time I had a fantastic experience as a mentor. You will ask me why? Because my mentee brought the energy. Wow. She showed up every time. She showed up prepared, right? She showed up prepared. She wanted to learn. And the best part of it is that for every conversation we had, everything we agreed on, she went, she implemented. And when she comes back with the results, that's very satisfying, So it was very, very amazing. Even when she wasn't feeling well, wow. You could see that she was in it. She understood what she stood to benefit, and she made sure that she maximized, every opportunity that we had together. So I did enjoy, being her mentor. It was fantastic. I enjoyed it. Debbie, there was something you said. I think you also made reference to what this other lady had said, that there's something about being in a community.
Yes.
Even when you are not going at the pace that every other person is going, but just remaining in that community, you share in the energy. You see what is possible. You see what you can do. And that keeps you going, right? It keeps you going. It's like the conversations you would have with yourself is that, wow, woo, I can see what Debbie has done. That means I can. So I would also lend my voice to that, to say, don't take yourself away from this community. Stay, right? And the only thing I would ask you is, don't judge your process by other people's own. Everybody is on their journey. And we will grow differently, right? But remain. So when you see other people's growth, let it be a motivation to you. Let it be something that shows you your possibilities, what you can become, right? Not a demotivation, but something that inspires you. Even for those of us who have served as mentors here, in the communities where we belong, that's how we do it. We remain there. And every time somebody achieves something, for me, it's like, wow, I'm coming, girl. I'm behind you. I'm there. You cannot, as in we are all going there. That's how I respond to it. Because that's the energy that you require. And there's something about the way of thinking of the community where you are that rubs up on you, right? You would see that if you remain, the mindset of everybody in this community will rub off. So even if that's not the way you used to think about things, by the time you hear it again and again and again and again, you will pick it up, because that's how we pick up both beliefs and all of that. It's because we have exposed ourselves to that environment and we pick it up. You know, what we don't understand is a lot of times these things are not conscious, right? Even in all the things that you have believed about yourself and about life, you did not sit down to say, I am going to now believe that Nigeria is hard. That's not what happened. The thing is that you expose yourself to that environment where conversations like that go on often and often. And before you know it, when you listen to yourself, you begin to sound like that. That's exactly the same process, right? So I would encourage you, remain, right? Show up, do whatever it is. There are a lot of things we have learned. Let me tell you guys something. There was an assignment that my son brought home. And I needed to go and borrow from something that I learned here to be able to guide him in doing the homework. Right? Because if I wasn't here, if I didn't attend that class, I'm sure I wouldn't have been able to help him. Or he needed me to help him. And I said, yeah, I remember that this thing was taught. Yeah, I had to go and get my notes. I said, okay, how did they do it? What did they say we should do? I got it and I applied it in that instance. So things that you get here, you would find out that you can use it in other areas of your life, right? You can use it in other areas. So there's nothing that you get from this community that is a waste or that you would not benefit from. You know, so that's what I'm going to, that's what I'm going to ask everybody. Remain, learn, just give yourself the grace to grow. Give yourself the grace to grow. The principle that we know that does not change is as long as you keep at it, no matter how slow your process of growth is, as long as you keep at it, you will get the outcome that you desire. That's the principle. It doesn't change no matter if you want to say, oh no, this thing is not going as I wanted, let me go. You will jump, and eventually you'll come back to square one, right? Because there are no shortcuts to good things. There are no shortcuts. You will go through the process. So give yourself the grace to go through the process. And I will beg you, enjoy the process as you go on. Because there's so much. You will become, that's something that we often don't realize about processes. Process makes you somebody. There is somebody you are supposed to become as a result of the process. So if you circumvent the process, you won't become that person. And you won't also produce what that person could have produced or would produce. So enjoy the process, endure the process. That's the only way. There are no shortcuts, my people. So thank you so much. It's amazing. I'm looking forward to iThrive 3 and all the amazing things that all of you are going to be churning out, right? God bless you. God bless you. And we love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Debbie, you have the floor. Thank you.
Wow, Todd Doctor, thank you, Ma. It was the way you gave us wisdom laced with, I wanted to comment that you're actually looking really good. And it was phenomenal, right? And you said we should be patient with ourselves. And there is sort of thing amongst younger generations because of, we're just in a time wherein there's just a show of success everywhere, every year and there. And nobody is telling you their story. Like nobody is telling, somebody can just see me now and I'm saying, girl, do you know that like 3 years ago, I had a roommate, it's just a room and my machine, my bed, everything was just all boggled together. And then you come to my workshop, you see machines and like, oh, please be patient with yourself. Sometimes I see people who are doing phenomenal things in my industry, who even just came there, I've been there before them and I understand process. I understand that, everybody's story is different. They have certain privileges that I don't have access to. So why should I, give myself headache because somebody is doing something that I am yet to do, which I will do eventually. It's just a matter of time. Nice. So, what you just said is when you are in communities like this, it puts before you possibilities. Like you can do this. Even if you don't have any other reality. You're seeing how Mary Jane is doing excellently. You see how Chioma is doing fantastic, and maybe you're still at the back end of somewhere and just derive inspiration. You don't have to compare yourself. No, you will just tell yourself that if Chioma can do this, that means I have what it is in me. That in fact, the best thing you can just do is, Chioma, can I schedule a call with you? Mary, can I schedule a call with you? I'm going through this. Because one thing I say is that I pay for knowledge because I don't want to go through cycles of failures. I just look for people who are doing excellently well, just to shorten my curve of learning and say, could you please help me with this? And you just get that. So, this is so fantastic. It was just a master class compressed in time, but we really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Ma. And it's usually amazing. And you literally reinvented our thoughts, just like the third doctor that you are, reinvented our thoughts as to how to see community and how to see other people's successes. Thank you so much, Ma. And just like you blew us kisses, we love you. Thank you, Ma. All right. I think somebody dropped something in the chat box, and I would like to read before I call two of the drivers to, to call two of the drivers and then call Dr. Gospel to share his experience with us. Kenny said, never pressure yourself due to other person's success. Instead, take it as an encouragement for what you can do and surpass. So good, really good. Thank you so much, Kenny, for that. And I'm sure we got it. And, before I call Dr. Gospel up, Thought Doctor said something like, she's coming in here, but she's taking notes. She's not saying, oh, I know this. She's taking notes. You can't be in places like this. Of course, maybe this process is gone for us, but for any other opportunities you will get, you have to be committed to the learning. Don't just have a mental assent and just, attend the classes. You intentionally, get a book, journal those experiences and everything in between. So right about now, I want to call on Dr. Gospel Amalga to, kindly share with us his experience with his mentee. And if there is any other thing you would like to, share with us, we would be happy to learn. Welcome, Doctor.
I don't know where you're getting your energy from, Deborah. super charged with energy. It's good. I think for us here, we are feeling a bit cold, so we may not be all super excited like you, but it's good. Thank you for the opportunity. For me, I think the process is really important because having an interaction with my mentee, Mary Jane, obviously, when you come into a kind of mentor-mentee relationship, the mentee will always come with this mindset that, it's going to be very official. From my point of view, I try to make it a bit like relaxed, because you need to know someone before you're able to take that person on a journey. And I think from the conversations I had with Mary Jane, I realized that she had so much in her, but there were some blockades, maybe past rejections, and obviously, if you live in Nigeria, you understand that a key challenge of doing business is funds. And when you've tried to raise funds and people have said to you, no, we're not giving you, even with your wonderful proposals and all of those, it creates that fear that I don't need to ask again because I don't need to be rejected. But when we started, I said to her, let's have a go. What do we want to achieve? If we don't have the money, what do you want to do? Let's assume you have all the money you need. What exactly are you going to go for? And she was able to articulate her goals, some of the equipment she needed. And I told her, okay, you're going to go for this money. I sounded big. And one thing I learned from my interaction, my experience with her is that anybody can achieve anything. Wow. Money is in the hands of people, but if you're passionate enough and they see that you're really into what you want to achieve, there is this positivity around you that can make them release that money, trusting you that you'll be able to, use it effectively. And that was what happened in her case. Some people who previously have said, no, we are not giving you. She knocked on those doors and those doors opened. So I learned a lesson. Yes, in fact, I gave her a very big goal to achieve. I was thinking it won't be possible in my mind, but I said, let me just put it out there. And she surpassed that. Okay. So I use that as an experience to tell everyone here that what this process would do for you is not about the price. Most times we put our minds on the price. I was happy when Uloma was talking about that. We've been trained to think about the end point, the show, the glamour, all the things that come with, you see someone, the person has made it, yeah. But what about the process to making it? It is the process that is more important than the end product, because who you become is a product of what you've gone through. So the process, I know some of you were frustrated with Amigra's process. What is he mentoring? Give us the money. Let's just do what we want to do with the money. No, the interest is not the money, because the money is too little. It's not going to make any more difference if the process has not transformed you. And you can see once you're transformed, even if you don't have it, you can create the wealth that you need. You can achieve the goals that you've set your minds to achieve. So let me not talk too much. I'm not like doctor that has a lot to say. I would say to you guys is the sky, Army Grace Foundation is just a platform to start what God has put in you to achieve. You can do anything. It's possible. If you can dream it, someone said that dreaming is free. You don't have to pay to dream big. It's better you dream big, you don't achieve big. But the point is, if you are able to dream it, definitely you will achieve it. So I wish you guys all the best. I know 2023 is coming. Even if you didn't hit those targets in 2022, I'm trusting God and I'm trusting you to take on board whatever you've learned from this process and go big and bigger. And let's see the next iThrive, you coming to share your testimony. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, the mentors. And thank you very much, Professor Osiri. I have so much respect for you and the sacrifices you make to, invest in people's lives. So thank you for being part of this process. And thank you, Nampa. Behind the scene, I know the challenges and, you guys are gifting our generation for better results for tomorrow. So thank you also, Uloma, and Dr. Victor, Dr. Kuna, and Victor Kuna and the wife Chidi, I will say Chidi. And Laye is not here. I also want to say thank you. It's on record. Thank you for everything you guys have done. And all the tribers, hoorah. Thank you guys.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Gospel. I have two things to really say, regarding what Doctor just said now. And I feel like calling Mary Jane up and say, come on, Jesus, what was the challenge Doctor gave to you? But I think Dr. Gospel and can I send you? Yes, we'll be happy. We're happy to learn from it. And I think Dr. Gospel and Dr. Hamara have something in common, and it's just about challenging you. And, anytime I get a call with Dr. Amara, and just indulge me, let me just say this in 2 minutes. It's just how she literally elevate my visage and say, Deborah, you can do this. I'll be like, sometimes in my mind, let me just make confession. I'll be like, doctor, let's be calming down. Doctor, let's be calming down. But there was something that happened recently, and I've not shared the story with her. She challenged me to do something. I started out, but due to one reason or the other, I put an halt to it. But I said as a recompense, because I knew that this thing is now way bigger than I, envisioned it to be. And I, put an halt to it. I said, okay, let me get something done. And I said, but there is something I need to do so that I can show forth back to doctor that, doctor, I'm not a bad mentee, right? And I heard it and said I was going to do this. Whilst I was doing it, it was a seeming obstacle, like this thing is not going to be possible. But literally, I just hear, doctors thought in my head, like, dreaming is free, Deborah, you can do this, get this thing done. And it was just a literal driving force that I needed. Guys, I did this thing and it was done. And on Sunday, the result is going to be out. And I'll be happy to share with Doctor, because really, and that is just the advantage of being in this community. Not everyone has, just like I said, sometimes you get an opportunity to, to get certain funding. But see, entrepreneurship goes beyond the capital. In fact, the capital is not just money. There are a lot of things that, will bring your success into a whole limelight, right? And I'm happy and I'm grateful for the gift of Grace. There was a time I heard, I wanted to take a certain training. I had to, jump on a call and said, okay, doctor, should I do this? Should I not do this? So please, maintain your relationship with your mentors. As people, like we as Grace, people as Thrivers, we are privileged to have people who have our success at heart, that they really want to see you grow and they really want to see you succeed. And whilst Dr. Gospel was giving his closing remark, and I just really had a flash of thoughts, like, I can't wait for the next 10 years or 20 years, wherein we're going to have something like a reunion like this. I think I was walking down the street and I was saying, I'm really looking, I can't wait to start, being part of sponsors of iThrive Foundation. Yes, we'll do reunion. And everybody is already dominating their sphere of it. 10 years is fine. Everybody is already dominating their sphere of influence, and we are just sharing stories of how Grace have been up to us, and how we are just really shaking and moving things, and our mentors are just sitting there saying, really? Wow, interesting. And I'm just saying it on behalf of everyone here. We'll surely make you proud. Like, you will be proud of us. You will look at us on CNBC, on Fox News, on New York Times, and be like, oh, that is my girl. Thank you so much once again. And right about now, we want to, take it up a little bit higher, and we just want to hear from the current Thrivers in few minutes. I'm going to be calling them on board to share their experience of how it has been. Like, tell us what has been your experience. And just like Doctor said, the process might look frustrating. Like, give us the money. We are here for the money. Leave us with, but you have to enjoy the process, because the process is what would really increase your value. Just like Professor Osiri said about diamond. And it's so interesting that, everything that Professor Osiri looks like a prophetic highlight for me. Apologies that I had to use that word, because I started to read a book, Prevail by Cindy Trim, and diamond was really the thing. Like, diamond literally has to go through all of the seeming problems just to bring out its value. So every process we've gone through is not because we want to hold you down. It's not because we can't just Grace can't just give you the money, but we want to build character in you, and through the chaos you think it is. All right, so right about now, I want to call on the current Thrivers to share with us their experience, and I'm going to be calling on Chioma Okabi of Skill Up with Cattle Designs, or Skill Up with Cattle. So Chioma, can we have you, a phenomenal Chioma of the next Titan?
Hi everyone, good morning. First of all, let me start with great mentor. I love you.
Sorry, Chioma, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I think because of the answer you're using or not, your voice sounds distant.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's good.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Before I start, let me first of all thank my amazing mentor Napa. I love you. You know I love you, Sha. I love you so much. And I want to say a very big thank you to Dr. Amara for starting this platform. I'm very sure that one thing I've actually said when I started was the fact that the program was actually programmed differently, in the sense that, so many accelerator programs want you to have like bookkeeping, so many things that we need. But it was actually, especially from the messages we learned from Talk Doctor, the ones we had from Dr. Gospel, different aspects of business. It was mixed with both business and life. And I think that was one very important thing we needed for ourselves. My mentoring section with my mentor was actually really amazing. Not so complete because at the point I had other things I did, but those few weeks we had together was the amazing few weeks of my life because she shaped me both for my life, for the journey ahead, for my business. In fact, she helped me to sack and employ people that has actually made my business to become where it is today. We are transitioning. In the next 12 days, we should be 4 years old. And the amazing project we're actually going to be putting out was with the help of Amy Grace, with the help of my mentor. And this is because it was programmed differently. So I went for different programs, such as Next Titan. I went for other programs, such as Eloy Foundation. But, there was something very distinct about the lessons I learned from here. They helped me, some of the quotes, especially from Professor. Those quotes really helped me. They helped my personality. My mentor taught me how to become a woman. When I talk about, I'm a shoemaker, I'm in the space of men, and I'm always trying to do gra-gra. But at the end of the day, my mentor told me, you know what? There are times when you need to be you as a woman, not you as the shoemaker entrepreneur, All those things really helped me. And any space I entered, I'm very sure that those things really helped me to move. I studied Dr. Mara a lot. I love her personality. I love the kind of person she is. She's an impact-driven person, and I'm big on impact. I'm very, very big on impact. And me seeing the things she's doing, I see myself in her age, on my own age, at her own time, doing great things for people. I love helping people. I'm very sure people can attest to that here. They always reach out to me, let's do this. I'm busy, but I'll try. I'll put on my headphones and I want to help people. And I now do self-care. Like, I want to do my nails this weekend and everything. Not just because I had a mentor that was telling me about bookkeeping. No, it was because I had an amazing mentor that taught me about how to be a woman, how to be a ladylike entrepreneur. When you're going for something, dress nice, look good, network with people, speak up, try to show up. I went to LBS, and the first day of my class in LBS was another day I had a mentoring session with Mentor Napa. Do you know what she did for me? She told me, go to that class. We're going to reschedule. Go to that particular class, learn, show up, let people know. And from that first day, I attended the class. I made sure people knew who I was. And trust me, Dr. Mentor Napa, I made you proud. Even after I left LBS for Next Titan, people kept on talking about me. In fact, it was so funny that recently there was a program that was held at LBS, and a lady that I talked to, not on this platform, that really wants to be on this platform, that I talked to, she went there. She was acting exactly like the way you always taught me how to behave in LBS. And they talked about it. They kept on saying, that's Chioma. We see another Chioma in her. I just want to say thank you to the platform. Dr. Mara, this platform, I'm happy you started it, and I'm happy to be part of the journey. I have a lot of things to say, but I didn't really scribble things down, and I didn't come out with my notes to say some things, but it's something that I'm very sure that I will still say at different times, at maybe, having like a session with you, Dr. Amara, to tell you about every single thing. It's been a phenomenal experience. It's been a great 6 months of my life, and I've met amazing people. Mary Jane, God, Mary Jane has been like my best friend. Mary Jane shows up even when I don't have time. Mary Jane will tell me, see, I know say you don't get time, but see, we must talk this thing. And I want to say thank you because of that. Also, Vivian, I remember the time when I don't even have time for Vivian at all, but Vivian will still want to know what exactly is wrong with me, if I'm fine. And same with Dia. Dia reaches out to me, I like you. I want to tell you that all the things you're doing, I like your energy, I love what you're doing. Those little encouragements, they keep me going. And that is the power of community. I've built a community, I've built a family here, and I would never, ever want to lose it for anything. So thank you so much for the amazing 6 months of my 2022. And I'm very sure that everything I've learned here and the things I have been learning, the things I'm still going to learn from the materials I have, is going to be a fantastic 2023. And everybody here is winning. And Dr. Mara, you've raised the bar. There are so many fantastic entrepreneurs here that they might not want to say everything, but they are here. Bimash, all of them, they are here, and I'm proud of them. I love you. I love you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Thank you, Chioma with the energy. Thank you so much. I love what you said, and it is just it. One thing for Army Grace is it goes beyond your business. It's just like Army Grace just wants you to have an harmonious life, a balanced life, a well-rounded life, and we can see through, every Mary Jane. We can see through, every of the resources that have been given to us. So thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. And we're looking forward to the amazing thing you are going to do in the coming year. So thank you so much. So I'm going to be calling the next person, the next driver to share our experience with us. And that is the person of Limash, Alima Ishola. Yes, come on. Let's hear from you, Limash. How has been your experience?
Good morning.
Good morning. We can't hear you clearly.
I don't know if I'm. Well, good morning.
Good morning. Limash, can you hear me?
Kelly, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Dear everyone in the building, the mentors, and my mentor, Dr. Amara. It has been a very wonderful experience. For me, it goes beyond the business because at the time I applied for the iThrive mentorship, iThrive program around May, I was having this low feeling about myself, like, oh, I cannot even do anything in my life. I cannot even achieve anything. So after that program, and we were attached to each mentor, Dr. Amarachi happened to be my mentor. And the first thing that was treated was the imposter syndrome and she always say, Halima, I see you, I see what you are doing, you are worth more than you think of yourself, and so many things. And since then, I've always seen myself to be a great person in terms of business-wise, relationship-wise. And see, it's about the money and it's not about the money. If I didn't get the money, I'm certain that everything that I learned from her, I can never buy it with any amount. So I'm really, really grateful for the great opportunity. Dr. Amara, if you can hear this, may the Lord bless you. May He perfect everything that concerns you. And may He always send you, I don't know this in English. May He always send you helper anytime you need someone the most. Thank you so much. If I say I should say much, I'll just be crying. Seriously, I'm feeling emotional. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're mute.
You're
Deborah, you're mute.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Professor. Thank you, Alima. We are super excited to hear from you. We don't want you to break down. And Alima said something about our first experience with Dr. Amara, and just a bit of thing. I remembered my first mentorship session with Dr. Amara. It was supposed to be a different thing, but it ended up, we ended up going another direction, and that was the direction that I needed at that point in time. I think I ended up crying on that mentorship session. And thank you so much. And we're super excited to hear from you. Alima, we are rooting for you. We see what you're doing, the impact you're creating, and how you're just steadily showing up and showing forth. Yes, the world is for you to take. You're a taker, you're a shaker. So we love you and we celebrate you. So right about now, we want to take the direction of things a notch higher. Everybody get your seatbelt. Get your seatbelt, because this is the moment we all have been waiting for. I personally am waiting for it. Like, we really want to know, and let me just say this, every one of you here, you are a winner. like you are a winner. Whether you go home with the money or you don't go home with the money, you are the winner. You have been given that virtue, everything you need, to really utilize to bring you the capital that you need for your business. Okay. And so right about now, we are going forward for the award session, and would have Professor Osiri to unveil who the awardees are, who the winners are, and super ready. Guys, if you're ready, type in ready, because if I'm not seeing ready in this chat box, because I'm the host, I can say, see, we are closing up this program. I'm going to give the money to the less privileged. So send in ready. Let me see it. Doctor, just a moment, because this room must be fired up. We must see your readiness, that you're ready to take that funding, to take your business to the next level. Okay. I'm just saying, yes, more. Let me see more. All right. So, Professor, you have the floor.
Indeed. Thank you again. I think you've already said this. In my mind, every one of you have met a certain threshold of excellence to be invited to this program. And I have to tell you, there have been many instances where, I was part of something, I didn't win, but being part of that program allowed me to position myself for the next level. And I really want you all to understand that that is more important than getting the award. However, we will still need to recognize 2 individuals or 2 businesses that have been identified as recipients of this award. There is a million naira at stake here, and we're going to be awarding a silver level and then a gold level. For the silver, this business started as a hobby and as a means to snack up healthily. In 2019, this business made its first large supply and became a serious business entity. In 2020, the business was registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission of Nigeria. In 2022, this year, it has expanded and added new products. The winner of the silver level is Unveil Enterprise. Unveil Enterprise? Round of applause. Congratulations.
Vivian, I told you. You see, I told you. Congrats. I love you.
Oh my God. Proud of you, Vivian.
Okay, congratulations again. The winner of the gold level is a food processing and packaging brand that is based in Lagos, Nigeria. It promotes healthy food consumption by providing individuals and households with limited time schedule with healthy, hygienic, and affordable food products. Join me heartily to congratulate
Oh my God.
Farmcraft Foods.
God amazing! God, I'm like cry.
Mary Jane, come and pay
God.
tight. So
Congratulations, AJ.
This man will not tell you.
Wow, congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, wow, congratulations, congratulations. Um, oh my God, congratulations. Wow, wow.
Cry.
Congratulations, ladies. You've done well. I'm sure that you're here because you've proven yourself worthy of this investment. And just like we said, that you didn't make it to this final stage doesn't mean you're not a winner, doesn't mean your business is not viable. But of course, a winner must emerge. And I really want to say congratulations, ladies, congratulations, Vivian, congratulations, Mary Jane. Your tenacity, your commitment is worth celebrating. And we're looking forward to the amazing thing you are going to do with this funding. We're looking forward to the amazing thing you're going to do with your business. And we can't wait to see your business thrive, because that is it. We want to see you thrive. So in a few minutes, we're going to call you up to give your final words. How do you feel about this? And if there is anything, nobody should come tearing up. If there is anything you would like to say, and I would like to call on the silver winner, which is in person of Unveil Enterprises, Vivian. Please come up with your video turned on and with your audio connected. Can we celebrate them? Please don't be shy. Come up, come up, come up. Vivian, Unveil Enterprises, all this snacking. You're doing amazingly well. So let's hear from you. Is Vivian there? I can see your video turned on and I can see your audio connected, but I can't hear you. Okay.
Good day, everyone. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I am
yes.
super excited.
Vivian, we lost you. We can't hear you again. Can anybody still hear Vivian? Is it just me?
I can hear her as well.
Okay. Okay. So whilst we're waiting, Vivian, maybe our network got disrupted. Mary Jane, can we have you, please?
I don't know what to say. I'm still crying. I don't know. I really don't know where to start. But first of all, I want to say thank you to Dr. Amara.
Is it possible for you to
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Mary Jane, I can hear you, but can you hear me?
My video is on.
It's dark. I can't see it.
Oh, I think I didn't.
Did you swipe away from Zoom?
I don't know. My video is on. I don't know. I'm using a webcam. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Please proceed.
Okay. I wish you could see me. I just want to say thank you to Dr. Amara. My journey in this iThrive project, at the point I wanted to give up, but then I'm like, Mary Jane, you started this, finish it, because if you end this journey now, it will just be a waste of time. I remember when I sent in my my application, I was still working. I was a call center agent, customer support agent. I was doing so many things at the same time. But I was filling the form,
attending to customers. It was really hectic. And that same time, I was still running Flourish Africa training. And I remember the last one of the meeting we had with Dr. Amara. I was doing my business plan, and I said something like, "This thing is giving me headache." And she heard me. She was like, "What is it, Mary Jane?" That day, I was so tired and I was frustrated. And I also want to say thank you to Dr. Gospel Amogo. God. I don't know where to start, but this year I wrote down everything I needed to achieve, from trainings, getting fundings, and I really wanted to start my business fully this year, but I just didn't know how to, because I didn't know where to get fundings. Just like he said, I had approached some people that I knew could give me this money, but they said no. I had an uncle who said no, he doesn't want to invest anything in Nigeria. And I just let them go. And when Dr. Amogo came and we discussed, we talked, he gave me a task. God knows, just like I'm smiling, I'm laughing. That was the reaction I gave him. He said, "Go and raise this amount of money." I went to my accountability partner, Chioma, like, I don't enter one chance. I'm supposed to raise this money in 2 weeks. And she said, "Hey, you can do it." She was laughing and saying, "You can do it." I said, "Yes, I can do it." And in 5 days, I was able to raise, in 3 days, I was able to raise the first task and went back to him. The second one, he told me again, "Go and raise this, so," and it was doubled the amount of the money he asked me to raise the first time. And I was able to get it done. And he gifted me actually for a job well done. And for one of the most important things I achieved in my business, getting my NAFDA certification, he actually, from his task, encouragement, and making sure that I achieve those things. Just like I wrote to him yesterday that my NAFDA certification is just like a dream to me. Like, I'm still dreaming, I'm still waking up from that dream. Like, Mary Jane, did you actually get your NAFDA? This is something you started 2 years ago, and for some people, it takes them years to get. People that have been in this business for quite some time, they come to me, "Mary Jane, how were you able to do this?" And to God be the glory. God knows I don't know how, but I'm someone that have faith. I have faith that if I put my mind to achieve something, I achieve them. I don't need to stress myself, but let my mind, my brain, all my effort just be there. I know I will achieve them. And that came effortlessly. I was able to pay for the money, follow up the process, and Dr. Gospel was always there asking me, "How about the NAFDAC? How about the generator? How about this you said you want to achieve?" Even though we didn't meet up the exact revenue that we wanted to meet up, but the major thing that I knew should be achieved for the business this year, I was able to achieve them. And this only happened because, one, iThrive came. When it was time to screen people, I knew why. Dr. Amarachi said to me, Mary Jane, she wrote to me, "Mary Jane, we cannot accept you for some reason." I begged her that even though it's not the money, let me just get trained, because one of my achievement for this year was to get trained. Anyhow, I want to get trained. I don't want to do my master's in any Nigerian university, but I want to upgrade all my business acumen, then later go wherever and do my master's in business. And I wanted to do it from the scratch. And iThrive came. I was talking to Vivian the other day. I told her that, you see those the learnings that we had, the facilitators, they were carefully selected. And it has not just helped me, it has helped my business, it has helped my friends. We remember the first time the first time I came on Telegram to say that one of the things Napa said, and is it trademarking? I think is Napa. trademarking really helped my friend when someone was trying to copy her and all that. We did a trademark, and with that, we were able to sue the person, because that class gave me that insight that if you get your business trademark, you can do anything and to anybody. And I'm so glad for iThrive project. I'm so glad for Dr. Marachi and Dr. Gospel. I'm not only learning business from you people, I'm learning how to love. I'm really learning how to love from you guys. You guys don't know this, but I'm sure learning how to love through your pages and your teachings and all that. Thank you so much. I don't know how to conceal my happiness right now. I just feel like somebody should just hug me and just tell me, Mary Jane, it's okay, stop crying. And for my accountability partner, God, Dr. Amara, you selected it. Like, being an accountability partner with Chioma, with you, we talk almost every day, every blessed day. We don't chat, we call and we talk. We're always there for each other. And Novice in Asaba and Chioma is in Lagos, but we talk. We are just like sisters. We pray together. Thank you so much for what you do for I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Congratulations. I'm super excited for you, and I'm super excited, really. And I just want to say congratulations again. Your tenacity is really worth applauding and rewarding. Congratulations, Mary Jane. And we are sure rooting for you. So Vivian is here, and I'm sure she can't wait to share her experience. And we want you to do that briefly. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am super excited. Like, these have been the most amazing 6 to 7 months. Like, starting from our classes, starting from our mentorship program. In fact, my best part was the mentorship program and my accountability partners, MJ and Chioma. Like, it was as if my group was specially handpicked. It was as if our group was specially handpicked. My mentor, Dr. Ella, God will bless you for me. Like, I learned to be a better person, to bring positivity into my life and business, despite anything that is going around me. As in, don't always assume that because other people are facing hardship, the country is hard, you now assume, okay, it's general. Even when your business is not facing the same thing, you try to drag negativity into yourself. I learned to be a better person in general, and I'm super excited. This program has really enhanced me as an individual and my business. In the course of the program, I added a product that has been really selling out very fast. My business improved. Like, it was amazing. It was amazing, and I'm grateful to Dr. Amara for organizing this empowerment program for women, and I'm super excited. I want to say a very big thank you to Dr. Amara, my mentor, my wonderful mentor, Dr. Ella. God bless you for me. I'm super. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right, congratulations, Ineka, Vivian. And I think one thing I've been able to draw from the experiences of those winners is that if you give Church Doctor says something that there are no shortcuts to success. If you pay attention to the processes, imagine, I was really wild. I think I'll come and join you people's accountability partner. I was really wild when Mary Jane was saying she and Chioma praise, and it is how you people have really harnessed the opportunity. I'm sure everyone on the cohort was given accountability partners, but there is a way you can just be like, You see, in this business, you can't leave it alone. You cannot do life by yourself. You can't do business by yourself. You need somebody who is going to push you. You need somebody who's going to root for you, because there are times where in imposter syndrome, we want to drown you and say, you see, this business is not for you. Better go and take a 9-to-5. But when your friend is telling you, go girl, I got you. And it's really amazing. And I'm glad that you people, it could be tiring, but you put in your best, you put your body into it, and then you followed the processes, and I'm happy it was rewarding for you. And just like I said, I can't wait. And I'm sure, hearing your stories, I'm sure Hammy Grace she's super excited. I saw her face when you guys said you were praying, and she was like, wow, interesting. So congratulations. And we're wrapping up almost immediately. And, we can't just close up this meeting. We can't close up the ceremony without us hearing from the visionaire herself. And I'm happy this is, a dream come true. I'm sure right before your eyes, you're seeing lives of people being changed. And I'm sure, many times you tell us that it's really about our becoming. Doctor will say that it's like, people have a balanced life, draw out so many things to just make sure that you get the best part of it. And one thing from our interaction with Doctor, she's all up for the impact. She's not particular about number. I was thinking about her this morning, and I'm so sorry, I'm just going to say this in 2 minutes. And Sarah Robert Jake said something about impact, and he said, don't be deceived by the numbers. No, it's about what flows out of you. And I must say that your impact is transgenerational. You have impacted me, you have impacted Choma, you have impacted Alima, you have impacted Mary Jane, you have impacted Ineka. It's a nation you have impacted, because one of us will account to a nation. So, we are, holy God, thank you so much, because anytime I have the opportunity of, thanking Dr. Amara, it literally gets me teared up, because, it's just like you living in answered prayers, you living prophecies being fulfilled right before your face. And we want to hear from Dr. Amara, even though she doesn't like to be spotlighted, she doesn't like, but Doctor, you got to talk to us. And we can't wait to hear from you, your closing remark. Thank you so very much. Please, with standing and clapping ovation, with jumping, screaming, everything possible, let us celebrate Dr. Amara Amago, the change maker, the nation builder, the kingdom shaker. Oh, how we love you.
Your energy, Debbie, your energy. Oh my goodness. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't have words. Like, there are times in life that once one has been given an opportunity to do something like this, it could be a bit, you're lost for words, you're short of words. And that's the point where I am now. There is something about my personal philosophy about life. It's not about me. It's about looking around and seeing the people that you have raised. And that for me is really important and very, very critical in terms of what I do. And that's fundamental philosophy to every single thing that I do in life. And Army Grace Foundation is a vision that was birthed many years ago. And for me to see this pivot in the way that it has done over the years, it's been amazing. And for me, it's not about me. There's a saying, an African proverb that says, it takes a village to raise a child. And what we're doing now is building that sort of community, building that sort of village where together we're going to be building and doing great things. Now, I know that there's a favorite quote I love from Peter Drucker, and there's something he said around the best way to predict the future is to create it. And it's so amazing to see what every single one of you have been creating through your business, what you have been curating, the ideas that you have birthed and they have come to life. you know, and the fact that, you know, it's only a privilege that I've got to have connected to every single one of you, although I haven't met you people before. But, you know, I consider this an awesome and rare privilege, I must say, that, you know, having to help other businesses flourish and grow. And one of the things that's just interacting with you all over this last couple of years and months is that winners never quit, but quitters never win. So some of you have been able to stay your lane in spite of the fact that there's been obstacles that may have detracted you from looking at the things that you're doing. There has been points in time where some people have gone through like an undulating kind of a moment of emotions where they're kind of second guessing themselves and doubting themselves and having a sort of an imposter syndrome. And that's something that, you know, I have seen a lot of people come out on the other side and they're doing great things for themselves. I want to read out this quote, and this is it's a quote that is so profound and something that sometimes when I look at myself and I feel like I have the whole time in the world, it kind of brings me to that moment of reality, to that moment of truth. And I want to share this with you. It's a quote from a very profound man. He did profound things, and I'll tell you a bit about him. Someone that has inspired me, even though he's no longer working this earth, you know, now, but he did quite a lot in a short time that he had. He kind of created a lot of impact. And he talks about time. And that's something I want to leave with you, because time is a very limited resource. Time is something that, whether we are rich, whether we are poor, whether we are young, whether we are old, we all have the same amount of time. But the question is, what are we doing with the time that we have? And how are we adding value to the lives of people that surround us? And I'll read this quote for you. It says, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown your inner own voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary." So I just want to leave you all with this amazing quote, and it's from Steve Jobs. Somebody I really refer because of the impact he has left. And the question is, how are you utilizing your time? Are you spending your time wallowing in what you haven't done, what you haven't achieved, what's not good about your business, what's not working about your business, what's not good about even the individual? And some of you even second guess yourself and what you're doing. But the question here is, what is your biggest motivation in life? And how do you want to pivot going forward? We can only challenge ourselves, because I see life as me educating myself every single day. I never stop learning because there's something new to learn, right? And it's always about you being open to learning something new. So every time you state what you want or believe, you are the first person to hear that. And that's the word in the words of Oprah Winfrey. And she said, it is a message to both you and others about what you think is possible. Do not put a ceiling on yourself. And that's the word I want to leave with every single one of you. Do not put a ceiling on your life, because your life is you charting your course. And do not allow situations in life, do not allow the things that you're going through in life, which I consider a part of life, right? So I embrace challenges because I know that as long as I am still breathing, challenges is a part of life. So I try to ask myself, why do I have these challenges? And what can I use? How can I use these challenges? Because they are only meant to be stepping stones. They are not obstacles, right? It's about how you navigate it to your own advantage. And ladies, please, I just want to say, I love you guys. I love you so much. This is, you all are the reason why I do what I do, but we can do more together, right? We can do more together. And I want to encourage, because part of Amy Grace Foundation's vision for 2023 is that we want to begin now to collaborate with Thrivers, people who are our alumni, people who have been through this program. We want to work with you hand on hand to see how we can reach out to the communities, right? So you are there, you're doing these businesses, and I know you care so much about your community, but Army Grace would want to partner with you, right, in the next year. So we want you all to begin to think about initiatives, think about programs and things that you know that we can do together to reach out to communities, to educate women, to educate young women, young girls in the community. Okay, so I want to encourage you all, please put in your proposals, send it to us, reach out to me, all of you have got our contact, reach out to us and let us know how, put out a proposal on what we can do together in order to scale up the impacts that we have started. And I want to say, I love you guys, keep thriving, you are unstoppable. Over to you, dear. You're mute.
Thank you so much, Doctor. And you said something that we shouldn't put a ceiling on ourselves. We are unstoppable. We are limitless. And there is no limit to who we can become. There is no limit to the impact we can create. There is no limit to how we can change the trajectory. There is no limit to how we can turn over the status quo. And everything we've said today, starting from what Professor Osiri said, because we are not without challenges. Challenges will come, there will be obstacles, but we will use them as stepping stone. And if you don't take anything from today, I really want you to take that there is no limit to who you can become. And whatever obstacles that come your way, just tweak it and turn it around. Thank you so much, Doctor. And I sort of, what you said just sort of bring me into a reflective mode. That is why my voice sounds a little bit chill, but really, let me get it all up. Yes. So thank you so much, Mark. So all of our mentors, I think I can't close up this without really saying thank you. Thank you for committing to this. Thank you for seeing the vision. It's one thing for Dr. Amara to have sold the vision for you. It's another thing for you to have embraced it and say, I want to be a part of, impact. I want to be a part of this impact. I want to, impact this next generation leaders and business persons. Thank you. Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you, Professor Osiri. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Dr. Gospel. Wow. And, I think I'm going to take a moment on that. Is one thing if you don't know, for people who don't know, Dr. Gospel is Dr. Amara's husband. In case you think Doctor isn't married, because she's always looking like sweet 16. My very doctor is married and blessed with a king. So Dr. Gospel is Dr. Amara's husband. And it's really one thing for a woman to have a burning vision. Is a different thing for her to have an husband, an enabler, a supporter, somebody who can literally carry that vision the same way the wife is carrying the vision. And that person is Dr. Gospel. Thank you for supporting her. We've seen so many visions go down the drain because they chose the wrong partner. They chose somebody who is not secured in himself. So there is no way she would allow her wife to go out. Thank you for allowing her spread our wings. Thank you for allowing her be a blessing to us. Thank you, Dr. Gospel. We love you so much. We love you. We love you, love you. Of course, we don't love you as much as Dr. Mara love you, but of course we do love you. So thank you so much, Mrs. Napa. Thank you so much, Mr. Layi in absentia. Thank you, every of our mentors. We love you so much. And we are super, making all of the efforts to make you proud. And in every step of the way, we will make you proud because we will do everything in our possible best legally to make you proud. Thank you so much, ma. And to every of the Thrivers, just like as Dr. was saying it, I'm already writing proposals in my head because we are impacting, let's just leave that really. So whatever thing, you know, part of your 2023 goal, you know, write it how you want to impact, you know, just like Ami Grace has said, they are open up for partnership, and together they want to go to the innermost part of the cities from the back end of nowhere to bring people to the forefront of global stage. Thank you so much, Rivals. It's been an amazing 80 minutes with you all, and right about now, we're going to be bringing this to a close. And congratulations to every other winners. Congratulations, ladies. We are super proud of you. You are a testament of the fact that if you pay your price, you will definitely get the prize. Ooh, sounds like. Okay, so thank you so much. And we are going to be bringing this to a close. Thank you for your time.